Hi everyone, Stacy from Dies to Die For. Welcome to Tuesday night's card making videos. Since Mother's Day, I hit the table. Since Mother's Day is just around the corner, we're going to make a Mother's Day card tonight. So let me show you, let me show you how I made the flowers first. We'll get that out of the way. I used our Dandelion Wishes die. And tonight I'm just going to use the dandelion. I'm not going to use the Sending Dandelion Wishes. Let me get my pieces. First, I cut out just the stem part, maybe a little bit of the flower too, but that doesn't matter because you're going to cut that off. Always, I know I've used this die before and I've showed you guys, always cut on this side first. That way the other side holds it while you're snipping that little piece off. We're just going to snip the little overcut flower part off and just leave the little round center on there because I want to layer this. Then you're left with something like that. And I've already inked the stem on this green. And I cut out just the flower part and I put a pop dot behind it. I also put a pop dot behind this piece because I really want to pop this up. Kind of line it up a little. And if you wanted to make the back piece, this piece a solid flower, you could too. It would just add another layer. That wasn't the look I was going for tonight. Mostly because I was almost out of the shimmer paper and I didn't want to waste anything. Okay, then, where did my dandelion flower? Right here. And then you cut this piece out and this piece. What these pieces are, you can either use them to make the green and the yellow on a dandelion that hasn't seeded yet. Or you can make them, let me see, the center for this piece and layer it up a little bit. So I cut those out in white too. I put another pop dot on those. You can just lay them on top. Let's see if I have another one that I can show you. I don't think I do, but you could just take this piece and lay it on top and then the smaller piece. I don't see, I think I'm missing a white piece here. I don't see it. Oh, well, we'll find it. If you can see, this one has the little tiny white piece right on top of it. That's what I'm missing for here, but I can do that part later. Okay, that's how I made the first dandelion. Then to make these dandelion pieces right here, I did the same thing. I took the stem and I cut around the little flower part. And then I took the bigger center piece and I just kind of snipped that kind of in half. I like to wave the scissors a little so it's not so straight and looks a little more natural. Then I inked one side of this yellow and one side of it green. And I've already done that over here. Then you're going to take those and turn them over and just put a dab of glue on them. And this you can either put it off to the side, straight, to this side. Let's go with this side right now. Put the yellow piece on top. And then take the green piece and put it on the bottom. Oops, it slid. And that's how I made the dandelion that hadn't seeded yet. But then I also did some where I took the stem and I put the yellow and the green piece together and just put a dab of glue. Then I put a pop dot on the back. And I'm going to just place that right on the stem and pop that up a little bit. Okay, that's how I made the 3 dandelions that I'm going to use tonight. Then I took another couple of just the stem parts off the dandelions, just this part, and I inked them in a different color green and then cut little pieces because this is going to be our little kind of greenery grass filler. Let's put that aside and show you what we're going to do on the card now. Now that you know all about dandelions, or our dandelion die at least. Okay, this is our A2 card, which is 4.25 by 5.5. And then I cut one of our random rectangles out in the silver color. And my kids picked these colors, so because I wanted this to kind of look like a kid card to their mom. Then I took, this was a I love you mommy word that we made last year that was in actually my kid's handwriting. There's also a really cute, let me see, do I see it? I don't think so. There's a really cute little kids drawing, we call them, that has like a little doll on it and tulips. I'm looking for them, I can't see them, but anyway, check those out on our site. They're really cute. But we're going to use the I love you mommy word. I cut it out and then I inked it in yellow. We also have other mom words that I thought about using. This set says mommy, mom, mama, and mother. If you don't want the I love you mommy, you could always substitute something like that in there. I already inked those because I was playing around with them earlier, trying to decide what word I wanted. Okay, now let's get on to building our cup. This, I'm going to use the mug off of our hot cocoa die. And this is going to be our kind of flower vase for our Mother's Day bouquet. And I got this idea. I'm going to cut these stems a little bit shorter so you can fit them in there or not. But I got this idea because the other day, my 5-year-old was so excited because he finally saw dandelions in the yard. As soon as we stopped the car, he jumped out, went, and it was starting to rain a little. So he went and just grabbed a handful of dandelions with the grass and the twigs and everything and came inside and put them in a cup and gave them to me. So I thought, oh, that would be such a cute card. A lot of my ideas come from things that my kids do. All right, to build our cup bouquet, I'm just going to take my dandelions, kind of arrange them in there a little. I have 5 of them. Here's the 5th one. I didn't cut that off. I'm going to put 5 dandelions in the cup. When I build a bouquet like this, I do it layer by layer. So I'll put those on there and hold them a little. Those just slid down. And then just arrange them where you feel like you want them. I'm going to turn it over and put a little dab of glue behind each one. Stick that down. Oh, here is my little center for my white flower, or my little white piece for my flower. I knew I had it somewhere. Then this glue takes a minute to dry, so you can still arrange them a little bit. Just don't take too long, depending on the glue that you're using. Okay, now we have our dandelions in there. Then I'm going to take our little grass pieces. And then, like I said, when my son grabbed that handful of dandelions for me, there were a few little twigs in it, so I thought I'd cut out some of the pieces from our branch wreath. This is just the little branches off of it. And some of these don't need to be quite so long, so I'm going to snip them and get some glue right there to work with. And I'm just going to put glue on the front and put those down in there. You could have done that on the dandelion stems too, put the glue on them and pushed them in there, but I can't do it that way for some reason. I don't know why. My first layer, I have to put them all in there, arrange them, and then glue them down. Maybe because to me, that's the most important layer. Everything else is just filler. So you can fill in here and there. Don't ask me why I do the things I do. It's my process. Okay, I just snip those off the ends so they're not getting caught when I put them in the mug. Because you're not really going to see those, but I want this kind of a little bit taller in the back. Like that. And you don't have to put many in, just a few here and there. Maybe we'll go with one over on this side. Kind of like that. You want it to look a little just wild. All right, now we're going to take a few blades of our grass, and some of these I cut longer and some are short. Again, so you can shove them in the front or the back of the bouquet. I really like these once they're done. They're so, I think they're cute anyway. But I'm gonna like it because it reminds me of something my son gave me. And I would much rather have something that my kids handmade. To me, it means a whole lot more. Even if it's a handful of flowers that they just went and picked out of the yard. Let's stick a few blades up a little bit. Also, when you're sticking the blades up, you don't have to go all the way down in the mug. You can attach them to a flower or wherever you can attach them so it looks like, or so that they're sticking up just a hair. My fingers are all stuck to it. Let go. There we go. Okay, I think that looks good so far. Then we are going to take one of the dandelions. Since we know where this piece is now, I'm going to put this one on real quick. And this part right here, that was left bare to make it look like, where are they? These little pieces are flying out. If you don't want it bare, if you want it full, you can always fill in a few pieces. If I can get that. Doesn't want to let go of my finger now. Okay. Not the last step in this, but the last flower in this. If I can get it in there. There we go. No, I kind of want it more up in front. And lay it down on your backing to see kind of where you want it. I think I'm going to go over this way a little bit with it. Okay. And I'm going to hold it and take my glue and glue that one down. Set that right there to dry for a second. Now I'm going to take my word, put some glue on that. This I would have already had glued down, but I forgot. Dab it off just a hair. And then this, because that bouquet is so big, I want it all the way, pushed all the way over to the edge of the rectangle. That way you'll be able to see the words. All right. Now I've already put some pop dots on the back of this. I'm going to put a few more. Oh, and then I almost forgot the center of the mug. I'm going to put it on there so it appears that there's like ceramic behind it. I just put a little bit of glue on a few of the flowers and place it right in that opening. Once I get that down, then I'm going to put a few more pop dots right there. Then take all these tricky little backings off. I wanted to take these off beforehand so I wasn't wasting time with this, but how would I have gotten all the flowers in there without everything would have stuck to my hands? And you guys are used to that though, right? Come on, here we go. Let's see, did I get them all? Nope. Backing off of that dandelion. And this tall dandelion is the only one that I put a pop dot on. The others I'm just going to kind of let be float in there. Actually, no, I didn't. I did put some pop dots on the back of those, didn't I? Well, then I guess I'm going to do a few. So I'll just take my pop dot and cut it in half because these dandelions are not that large. And this is the smallest size pop dot that I have, I think. Okay, I'm just going to do a few of them. That should be good. Now we're going to take this mug, put it right over here. You could even put it off the edge a little if you want to see more of the word. Dandelion. Then on the front of the mug, I took the little heart off of the I Love You Mommy, and I put that on there to make it look kind of like one of the mugs that your kids can decorate. Okay, now we are going to take our other dandelion, put another pop dot on it, and then kind of, where do I want it? Kind of like that, I think. Just put that on there. And we'll take a few of the little, I don't know what these are called, the flyaway seeds, I guess. And just, and these I put a pop dot on the back, but because they're so small, you're going to see the pop dot. I don't think that it's that awful because the pop dots are white. But I was wondering, I know that there's a glue that you can use that, yeah, that stays thicker, that allows you to pop stuff up. I don't know what it's called. I was thinking of trying some, but I was also wondering if I have like some of the glitter Nuvo drops, if I could make enough of a glob on the back of that to stand it up, pop it up a little bit. Just depends, you do whatever works for you. Then I'm going to take a couple to add a little more dimension. Just a couple of these little flyaway pieces. And glue them right down instead of popping them up. Then I'm going to look at my time because we might have to fly through the slimline card. Seems like I'm taking a long time. All right, there is our I Love You Mommy card with the Dandelion Bouquet. Let me look at the time real quick. Oh, we have a few minutes, so I will go fast. Now, for the slimline card, I built everything the same way, except I thought with this matte piece a little bit longer, that there was no interest on the sides. I wanted to add some interest. So I cut it a little bit shorter. I think it's like 7 3/4 maybe. And then I cut 2 little strips of the pink and glued it down to my card base already. Then the same silver that I used on the random rectangle frame, I cut with their torn edge piece, border piece. And then glued that down. Then I'm going to take the mat that I've already glued the random rectangle on and glue that down. Always, if you don't like the edges of your card or you think it's boring, you want to add a little interest, it's always fun to do this kind of layering. And then I do believe that I forgot to say, that's not lined up perfect, but I'll snip that off in a minute, that I did go around the edges of this because it was a little bit brighter of a pink than I wanted to use, but again, my kids picked it out, so we used it. I used metallic rub-ons. These are from a company that's no longer around, so unless you have some, you're probably not going to be able to find them, but I will show you a few other things that you could use. I just wanted to use this because it had the silver in it, and I was going for the silver, but there's also the metallics wax that I use. This is the white pearl. I love that color, but I didn't want to use that one tonight. And then this, I know they have a silver color in it, or I'm pretty sure they have a silver, but this is Sizzix Effects Luster Wax Rose Gold. And I have a real problem with scents. I can't handle a lot of scents. This, I wish you guys could smell this, because this has orange in it, and it smells like oranges. It smells so good. So I can't wait to get the rest of this product in the store so I can use this for my rubs. Anyway, thought I'd tell you that really quick. Okay. Now this one, we don't really have to, there's enough room to spread stuff out. So this word's going to go in the center. And this one I hadn't glued down yet because I was still unsure whether I was going to use the mom or mother word or if I was going to stick with this. But I just made a quick decision since we're almost out of time. If I do run out of time before this one is done, just go to our Facebook page and you'll be able to see the final, because I don't want to post 2 videos again. Okay, now, I already built my mug for this, and it's already all popped up. And these, since I already put pop dots on there, I don't need to add another layer. So I'm going to put my mug over on this side. Just like that. And then I'm going to take 2 of the other dandelions, and I'm thinking one's going to go right here. And then this one maybe right here, I think. And then I happen to have one little yellow one left that I might put somewhere. Maybe put more up in there. A little bit? No. Okay, where should I put this one, guys? Don't like it there either. Or should I just leave it off? Well, right there. I kind of like it right there. Okay, we're going with right there. And these little stems, I haven't figured out what to do with them on my first card, I did put a very skinny pop dot on them. And then I inked the edge of the pop dot in the same green that I did the stems. But I kind of like these just floating like that. I think we'll leave them like that. And then all that's left to do is put some of these little flyaway seeds. Kind of just like that. All right, there we go. There is our I Love Mommy Mother's Day Dandelion Bouquet cards. Thanks for watching us. We'll see you again on Thursday night. Have a great night.